And
sight.
he knows what he needs to do now. The championship is right there in the front of the screen.
So we're on the penultimate lap of the 2011 title chase, and the two protagonists are there, second and third in the race. Whoever finishes in front between the two of them will take the title. And we've got two contrasting characters. Tommy Hill, the affable, effervescent young man from Surrey, against the fella from Ramona, in Southern California, John Hopkins.
And Hopkins, this is ominous now, because Hopkins forced his way past Ellison just when he had to do it, and he did it where he wanted to do it, not where Ellison let him do it, and he's able to get back on the back wheel of Tommy really quick, and that... I think
the crowd howling as they emerge into the arena.
One lap!
And one lap to go. We're on the Brabham Straight. Here comes Hopkins trying to take the tight line as they go down into Pelican Bend. Tommy Hill goes across to defend it.
I'll tell you what, this is blokes racing this. This is bloke stuff this now. It's the biggest man that's going to take this.
Into Druids Hill Bend. Hopkins looks to go round the outside.
Surtees, he'll definitely look at Surtees. Hopkins, he's been strong there.
Because he's been... he's going for the wide line to get a good kick out onto the Cooper Straight.
Tommy has to defend. He's got to give him the long way round.
Hopkins gets a terrific drive out of that bend, and he's forced his way through, going into Surtees, inches between front and rear wheel. Tommy Hill guides and tries to get the drive out of Surtees, but Hopkins has got the move.
Watch Tommy now. Tommy's really
drop. He's got to make a move as we go down now. Pilgrim's drop into Hawthorns. Tommy takes that narrow line and levers his way back in front of Hopkins, but now he's got to keep in front of him as Hopkins comes underneath him into Westfield, and he forces Tommy to give as they drop down into Dingle Dell. Tommy Hill takes another drive up the inside into the Sheen Curve. What heroic racing! Tommy's wide at Sheen Curve. He pulls it back across. It's going to go down to the finishing line.
It's the last corner, Jack.
We're heading down now towards Clearways.
I can't believe this.
John Hopkins moves over to try and get a tight line. He did this to Tommy last time out. He moves across. Tommy cuts back and dives in. Hopkins has gone in too deep. They go for the line. Is it going to be him? Is it going to be Hopkins? And they cross the line. It's Hill. It's Hill by 6 thousandths of a second. Tommy Hill is the British Superbike champion by 6 thousandths of a second from John Hopkins in the final race of the day. An absolute joy for the red and yellow of the Swan Yamaha team that's had so much ill fortune over the years. Sean Muir and Gary Eckerall can't believe it. Jack Valentine. Well, he's a good sport, is Big Jack, and he'll go and congratulate those fellas. But what a race. Look, Shakey's looking round saying, what happened?
That's the best
Hopkins had already ridden on.
Jack, that is the best race I've ever seen in my whole life.
And Harvey Beltran congratulates everybody involved in that, of course. He had a race winner there. And look at that, hugs all round. Sean Muir in tears because he's put so much into that team.
There can be nothing but respect for each other after that display. No dangerous moves, lots of passes. You could not get a better race than that.
Tommy Hill. Tommy Hill, number 33, is the 2011 MC Insurance British Superbike champion in a phenomenal final race.
But how did he do it? How tough had he got to be there? And Hopkins. You can take nothing away from either of them.
Tommy Hill, watch this.
Here we go. Hopkins got the better drive. Hill's got the lead. But look, that's how close it is. Come on, he's still coming, is Hopkins. I can't, but look at that. Look at that. Unbelievable.
It was about a half wheel across the line.
That was a tyre wheel.
Look at this. Ian Hutchinson there, and they can't quite see whether or not it's happened. Yes, it has, boys. Yes, it has.
Unbelievable.
And Paul Denning and Jack Valentine. Oh, they can't believe it either.
Oh.
Les Pearson. Oh, well. Tommy Hill. How has a man come back from the sort of injuries and the astonishing lows of 2008? The injuries he went through, the loss of his close friend, the cancer of his dad, everything that went off. And he recovered, he got back to what we could call full fitness, and I don't think he can quite believe he's made it. That was pretty fantastic riding by both those fellas. But for Tommy to somehow get the better of Hopper in that situation, that was pretty special.
That's why I love motorbikes.
Sean Muir hugging all his
Simon
gang.
Green, old mechanic of mine there, Simon. He's Tommy's man this year.
Well, that is just great to see. The man from Gisborough, just in the ancient county of Cleveland, has finally done it. Hector Neal comes across to offer his congratulations. And throughout the days with Swan Honda, the SMR Honda team has